You know, it's interesting you say that that art often distances differently abled, and I think I wouldn't necessarily say it's art. Maybe it's more the fact that the accessibility to the art, you know, might distance them from the art itself, and which is one of the reasons, you know, we've started the initiative Artabilities for All. And when we try to make concerts inclusive and consciously make it inclusive, what happens is you bridge that gap. So as organizers or, you know, folks who are curating programs, if we consciously make concerts inclusive and we reach out to differently abled artists, either as a lead musician or an accompanist, we are bridging that gap and helping that, you know, helping decrease the distance between the artist and the art. Well, you know, when we do give opportunities like this to the differently able, you know, you create an inclusive platform or an inclusive festival, you're automatically creating more opportunities to the differently abled artists. So, you know, it's a given that that's going to help them with visibility, help them with, you know, honorariums, that they can actually get paid by various organizations or organizers. What does it really mean for them? Well, you know, it first of all means that they are accepted as everyone else within the art community. Number two, you know, it means that they have a sense of security, you know, in their life, that they know that they can count on certain organizations to feature them because they know that the organization believes in the concept of inclusivity. And, you know, an organization such as ours, you know, an initiative such as Artabilities for All, it's an international platform, so it certainly gives that sort of international visibility to the artists as well.
This is the best time, and there are more talents coming up, so everyone should come forward, like Artabilities or for All. They should come forward to organize more festivals and identify and promote disabled musicians. Marguerite season, because the entire world is turning towards Chennai for music feast. So in that time, if you feature a very talented disabled person, so people will not see the disability but the music. At any point of time, a disabled musician, good musician, longs for and looks for a very good opportunity to present for the Marguerite audience. It's a very big motivation, because this not only motivates the musicians, it also motivates the organizers outside to come forward to feature these kind of musicians more and more, so that they get the confidence to take it as a full-time profession. Only extra requirement is that they should be given extra support in terms of mobility. Then always, they can prove themselves worthy of their profession.
I think the choice of artist, it really doesn't really change, whether we're talking about able-bodied or differently abled. At the end of the day, I think what we're trying to do is we're putting everybody on a level playing field, if you will. If someone's a professional versus a semi-professional versus up and coming, there are certain standards or certain expectations from each of those categories. And so we certainly, hold them to that particular standard. However, I think the real difference here is if you're on a level playing field and you have a differently abled artist who's extremely talented, as well as an able-bodied person who is extremely talented, the access to opportunities is quite different. And which is why I think, differently abled artists have been more marginalized. To answer the question whether you would compromise on performance, I think I want to say no, because, irrespective of what someone's ability is to perform, if you are good, you're at the professional performance level. And if you're someone who's up and coming, you need the help to get trained. However, one can even think of, doing festivals where you just give people an opportunity to perform irrespective of their abilities, right? So what I mean is, if someone is making an attempt to sing, you could be a hearing impaired person who's learning how to dance. The fact that they're even learning how to dance, understand the concept of rhythm in itself is pretty amazing. So it really would depend on, what we're looking for. But from a Carnatic standpoint, from a marguerite standpoint, when we are looking at artists, we're looking at them pretty much like we would differentiate the able-bodied artists in the various categories. That's a good question. Marguerite Matram, this is a terminology, both Lakshmi and I, Lakshmi was originally from Inclusion Beyond Abilities Trust when we did this collaboration to start the Artabilities for All platform. And we came up with Marguerite Matram for two reasons. One is change. Marguerite with the change, and two is also a little play on words, Marguerite for Matrathinarigal, which is basically differently abled. The change I think we are trying to consciously bring about is to give rise to inclusive festivals, to consciously have folks who are curating programs to have inclusion as an important part of their program. So for instance, you have 10 different performances, we're requesting organizers to say maybe make 2 or 3 consciously inclusive. And there could be potential challenges with doing this. There could be logistical challenges. There could be challenges with the fact that a differently able person might need assistance when they're traveling from one place to another, trying to make a venue accessible, trying to get the co-artist to cooperate. So there's a few different things, but it's not impossible. It can be done. And I do think that this will help artists that are also in remote places, come to Chennai, for instance, during Marguerite. And so that is another change we're trying to bring about. So that way, going forward, inclusive concerts become the default, becomes the norm and not the exception. Yeah, as far as funding these initiatives go, a lot of it I try to fund because this is sort of coming from our passion, but we do have some very kind donors. We get corporate matches. Future plans, we definitely want to explore the possibility of licensing out our programs. We've had a few requests for that. We also have the opportunity to write grants and also reach out to other foundations, corporate foundations, for sustainably scaling up this initiative.